My name is Kishore Chandiramani, and I welcome you all to this fifth in a series of 6 sessions on stress management. The topic for today's discussion is understanding stress and its management using the knowledge from psychoanalysis and philosophy. Within philosophy, I have placed greater emphasis on existentialism and stoicism. Existentialism, which is a branch of philosophy, encourages clients to look at the core issues of human life and confront the inner pain rather than find escape into the distractions of the external world. Existentialism looks at the core issues such as meaning in relationships, being alone, separation, loss, death, free will, sense of responsibility, purpose and meaning in life, and sense of what is right and wrong. Clients with depression tend to indulge in regretful wallowing in past mistakes and misfortunes, or see themselves as victims of society. In therapy, they start exploring how they have allowed others to make decisions and control them. Existential therapy enables clients to examine the degree to which their behavior is being influenced by social and cultural conditioning. Depression can result from having a very high and unrealistic internal standards, that is, to be strong, loving, and good at all times, which results in depression when these standards don't match with the internal reality. Because of our romanticized notions of human life, we can't accept the reality of our existence and that of the external world, and this results in distortions in our perception of the reality. According to psychoanalysis, this distortion is achieved by means of use of different defense mechanisms such as denial, projection, displacement, intellectualization, rationalization, somatization, and so on. And psychiatric symptoms originate from these distortions. People are generally preoccupied with what they have, the house they live in, the car they drive, the jobs they have, their family members, and people they associate with. That is all left behind ultimately at the time of death. Whereas what goes with us, that is who we are, requires equal attention if not more. Heidegger, another philosopher, sees the crisis of meaninglessness unavoidable to some extent. He understood human beings as constantly being caught between two positions of no longer and not yet, which can lead to a loss of meaning, as whatever we have achieved becomes no longer, taking away all the meanings with it. We know that different things matter to us at different times, but the fact that they don't hang together as some unified whole takes away their meaning. Sometimes in relationships, depression can occur as a result of problems in distance regulation. The distance between two individuals should be optimal, like the strings of a guitar. Being too close or too far apart will not produce good music. Another existential philosopher, Lacan, has talked about feelings of a lack, that something is lacking in life irrespective of who we are and what we have achieved. According to him, all desires arise not from perception of the external world, but from an inner feeling of lack. This lack is not about lack of this or that, but about lack of being where the being exists. The being here refers to our own consciousness or true inner self. When it gets decentered, that is, a shift occurs in its focus from inside to the outside, it creates a feeling of a lack. Stoicism teaches the development of fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions, and that a stoic of virtue would amend his will to suit the world and remain, in the words of Epictetus, sick and yet happy, in peril and yet happy, dying and yet happy, in exile and happy, in disgrace and happy. According to Stoicism, we are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them. And if one is unhappy, he is unhappy by reasons of himself alone.